Okay, so this topic really got us going, a topic that for you to chew on at the dinner table tonight. Many of you are probably having dinner right now. God, does he exist? More and more young people doubt he does, or she as well. A new Pew survey asked the question, I never doubt the existence of God, agree or disagree. 68% of millennials, people who are 30 years and younger, say they never doubt God's existence. But look closely at the last line. 5 years ago, that number was 83%. So what gives here? Why the growing divide? Why the growing doubt? Joining us now is Jesse Galef, an atheist with the Secular Student Alliance, and Hemant Mehta, the editor of thefriendlyatheist.com. So, what's an atheist? It's a person who denies or disbelieves the existence of a supreme being or beings. That's what an atheist is. So, Jesse, I'm going to start with you. Why do you, first of all, I'm going to ask you about that poll. Why don't you believe?
Personally, I don't believe. I was brought up in a secular household. I wasn't introduced to religion. I was taught morals without belief in a God or gods. It wasn't until I went off to college that I was exposed to all these other worldviews and realized that people take religion very seriously. And I explored and wanted to understand why and what they believed, and ended up becoming an activist on campus, getting involved with the secular club. Okay. I think that's what more and more secular Americans are finding.
Hemant, I'm going to ask you the same question. Why don't you believe?
Sure. Well, I was raised in a religious family, but when I started questioning my faith for the first time in high school, I realized that not only did my faith not have the answers, but no faith had the answers. And like Jesse said, when I went to college, I had the chance to really explore that, and I really wanted to become an activist in that area.
Okay. You guys, both of you realize that you're the reason for what just happened. Many people don't want to send, or they're worried about sending their kids off to college because they'll become non-believers. I'm just being honest. So Jesse, what do you explain, how do you explain that survey from Pew that shows there are less and less of the millennials, there it is right there, believe or doubt the existence of God?
I think that this is something we can all agree on in society, that we should examine our beliefs and explore what we actually believe and why. And on campus, in colleges, even high schools, and increasingly online, people are exposed to different worldviews and can come in contact with challenging beliefs, challenging ideas. And the millennials are brought up in an age with the internet. They're finding online communities at Friendly Atheist or Reddit, finding other people who they can talk about beliefs with and talk about their doubts. And so the millennials in particular are able to doubt in a safe place, online and on campus with Secular Student Alliance groups.
So people are going to say, how is it that you can't believe in God? What is going on here? To be in this country, you have to believe in something, and most people in this country are Christians. What's wrong with you? It's the deterioration of this country and young people. And young people are being indoctrinated into secularism.
No, they're not being indoctrinated. When they go off to college, or even, like Jesse said, in high school, we're asking them to think and to question their faith and to doubt their faith. And that Pew survey said that's what they're starting to do more of. That's what we want them to do. And I think what they're finding is that you can be good without God, and you can have ethics and morals, and you don't need a religious structure to make that happen.
Okay. It's important. Did you want to weigh in on this, Jesse?
Yeah, I think something Hemant said about the idea that you can be good without God. A real problem for these young Americans who are starting to experience doubts is that atheism and being non-religious has been so vilified, and there are all these stigmas. And so erasing the idea that morality requires religion will go a long way. And our students are doing that. They're acting as role models on campus, doing community service projects, helping rebuild houses in Katrina, organize soup kitchen activities. Because compassion is a human thing, not a religious.
Because you're not a believer doesn't mean that you're not a moral person and you don't have a heart.
Absolutely.
It doesn't mean you're necessarily doing bad things. You're not a heathen. So it's important.
Any evidence
something
online
that a lot of our
says
students face.
Yeah. So it's important to note this, I think, and you were just going to mention online, Hemant, this decline seen among young people under the age of 30. Is it safe to say that technology may be playing a role in this? For instance, the onset of the internet allowing people to question and explore more outside of their homes?
Absolutely. I mean, you can now fact check what your pastor is saying in church. It's wonderful. If you have questions about your faith, if you have doubts about your faith, there are communities online and increasingly on campuses and high schools and college where you can explore that without the fear of backlash. And that's what we want to promote. We want people thinking about that and questioning and doubting.
All right, you guys, man, stirring up trouble. Jesse, Hemmett, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Don.
All righty.
Thank you.
All right.